Match day 11 of this Premier League season was an absolute thrill ride. Some huge results at the bottom and the top of the table. Let's dive in with the 5 of the most important guys, the 5 main things that we learned from match day 11 of this Premier League season. And we're going to start with the match that kicked off this game week, Tottenham Hotspur against Manchester United. Believe it or not, I heard a stat coming into this one that said that Tottenham had not won a home Premier League match since the opening game of the season. They haven't won one since August, and now it's November. 3 months on, they haven't won a home game in the league. And that record continues. They will be gutted to drop points here. Not because they dropped them against Man United. Man United are on a good run of form. They are 5 unbeaten, not 5 wins in a row. Unfortunately for that guy, needs to get his hair cut, but 5 unbeaten, going to Spurs away, that is not an easy game, and they still managed to get a draw. It's a decent result for both sides really, but the fact that Spurs got what Richarlison clearly thought was a 91st winner because he took his shirt off to celebrate. That's how you know you think it's the winner for a match. You'd think that Spurs would have seen that through, but they didn't. Matthijs de Ligt, a guy who was coming for a lot of criticism during his time at Man United, with a 96th minute equaliser, which is absolutely massive for the Red Devils. And Mbeumo got a goal as well for Man United. He has been in such good form, got the player of the month for October. He always scores against Spurs, of course, scoring against his former manager, Thomas Frank, of course, the former manager of Brentford. And Mbeumo, a player for Brentford back in the day as well. Matthijs Tel also got a goal for Spurs. So overall, it's not a terrible result for Spurs really on paper, but if you look at the chances for this game, you have to admit that Spurs should have won it. Man United had 2 shots on target in this entire game, and those were the 2 goals. Spurs did not fashion that many chances. It's not like they were battering down the doors of Man United, but they were definitely the better of the 2 teams in this one, and they'll be disappointed to drop 2 points there. But they're both still in decent positions, both in that upper table sort of area. Tottenham and Man United, 5th and 7th place, both on 18 points. So tight near the top of that table. It is a very congested pack. Aston Villa are up there with them now, though. They got an incredible 4-0 win against Bournemouth, who were second not too long ago, but then are down in 9th. That's how tight it is near the top of the table in the Prem. Let's go from the top of the table to the bottom. A 3 o'clock kickoff on Saturday afternoon. A proper relegation 6-pointer. West Ham United against Burnley. Burnley played well in spells in this one, particularly in the first half, and indeed they took the lead. Zion Fleming with the opening goal of the game after 35 minutes, but Callum Wilson, another one who's coming for a lot of criticism during his time at his new club, he got the equaliser just before half-time, and then it was cagey, it was tight, there wasn't a lot in this one at all, but Thomas Souček, a guy who's been popping up with a few goals recently, got what he thought could have been the win. Got another goal for the Hammers, and Kyle Walker-Peters effectively ended it as a contest after 87 minutes. Josh Cullen got a goal back in the 97th minute for Burnley, but it was too little too late. They'll be disappointed to lose this. West Ham back-to-back home wins. When was the last time they had back-to-back home wins? I don't think they won a single game at home in the Premier League for months and months on end before they beat Newcastle the other week. But 2 wins in a row, they are climbing up the table. Unfortunately for them, they are only in the relegation zone on goal difference behind Burnley, the team they played on Saturday afternoon. So West Ham, not dead and buried, they are definitely in this fight. Let's talk about the late kickoff, one of the 2 late kickoffs I should say, on Saturday evening. Sunderland against Arsenal. Sunderland unbeaten at home, in incredible form, genuinely making a run for Europe as things stand, and they only gone and scored some goals against Arsenal. Their record-breaking run of not conceding a goal is over for Arsenal, and Sunderland's home unbeaten record is also intact as well. Daniel Ballard got the opening goal of the game for Sunderland, putting them 1-0 up at half-time. Bukayo Saka equalised for them just after half-time, and then Trossard got another goal as well. A guy who's really been popping up with goals from the bench, of course, and Arsenal looked as though they were going to get a win here, but unfortunately for them, Brian Brobbery had other ideas. A 94th minute equaliser. How many goals past the 90 minute are we seeing in the Premier League and the Championship this season? I swear there's been so many. Arsenal definitely the better of the 2 sides here, but they couldn't finish off Sunderland, who are absolutely resilient right now. If Sunderland won that, they could have gone into 2nd place. They'd stay in the top 4 though. They're in 4th position, which is absolutely incredible. And they go into the international break on a high. Arsenal will be licking their wounds. They are very vulnerable as a result of that. to Manchester City and Liverpool, who played on Sunday, but more on them very soon. But yeah, Arsenal's lead at the table, of course, is still a big one, but it has come down. Next up, another relegation 6-pointer, this time on Sunday afternoon. Nottingham Forest against Leeds United. Now, Leeds have struggled on the road at times, but they took the lead in this one. Lukasz Emecha with the opening goal, but it took Ibrahim Sangare all of 2 minutes to equalise for the Tricky Trees, again highlighting their defence being relatively leaky. And then it was a cagey game. There wasn't a lot really in this, but Morgan Gibbs-White, one of the star men for Nottingham Forest, of course, angling for that move to Tottenham Hotspur in the summer, according to some sources. He managed to get a strike just after the hour mark to make it 2-1 to the Tricky Trees. And the Reds ran out as winners. A 91st minute penalty from Elliot Anderson. That man again, getting picked for England again. Absolutely fair enough as well. He's in excellent form for Forest and also his country as well. And he showed it again in this game. That is a massive win for Nottingham Forest. I'll show the bottom of the table for you guys again, but it is very, very tight down there. Forest still second from bottom despite the victory, but they are just 1 point away from Burnley in 17th and 2 points behind Fulham and Leeds United as well. It's very tight down there. Newcastle as well. 2 points above the relegation zone. Let me just say that. Wow. They lost again this weekend as well, this time against Brentford. But yeah, let's focus on another top of the table clash next. Manchester City against Liverpool. Now, obviously, if either of these two sides won this game, they were going to be able to close in on Arsenal. It's still a big gap at the top, but it has come down by 2 points because Manchester City ran out 3-0 winners here. They absolutely battered Liverpool. They were a cut above. They were absolutely a cut above. Of course, Erling Haaland got a goal just before the half-an-hour mark. Nico Gonzalez got another before half-time, and Jeremy Doku just after the hour mark as well. Man City deserved this fully. They were truly the dominant side in this one. And despite everybody saying they're off it this season, they're not quite on the same level they normally are. They're in second place. They're in a good run of form right now. They've beaten one of their title rivals there as well. And it's only 4 points. Only 4 points between Arsenal and Manchester City. Liverpool, meanwhile, look how far they've dropped. They were third before this game week. They are now in 8th. It just goes to show what one win or one loss can do to you in the upper echelons of the Premier League right now. But yeah, there we go, guys. Those are my main highlights from this weekend's action in the English top flight. Let me know your picks in the comments below. Are you sad that it's over for now? We've got, of course, an international break coming up over these next couple of weeks, so no Premier League this weekend, but I will be bringing you all the game information from England, of course, as always, guys. But it's not the same, is it? It's just not the same, especially seeing as England have already qualified for the World Cup. These qualifiers for us are relative dead rubbers, but I'm sure I'll enjoy it anyway. I do love watching England, but maybe I'm saying that because my club side right now absolutely sucks. But anyway, less about them. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you want to see more like this on thefootballchronicle.com. Have a great day wherever you are in the world today, guys, and we'll see you very soon.